Howdy, folks. It's Dr. Flo back. Not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your life. And how you feel about your loved and lovable nature today is going to determine the choices and the decisions you make about letting life in. To allow love to come to you, to allow your wildest dream to come true. And the law of attraction led you here today. And as long as you stay present and feel the love coming towards you and you find your flow and flow with your flow, you're going to be all right. And I wake up every day to help you shine and to help others shine. We'll get to the daily boost in a second. I just got out of a coaching call with an 18-year-old fresh and emerging actor who wants to be in movies one day. And after that discovery call, I felt so on fire, I wanted to run around the housing complex 20 times, because if I had had someone like me 30 years ago, if I'd had someone like me 20 years ago, 23 years ago to be exact, who wanted to pour into me the way that I'm excited about pouring into him, we would have a whole different situation on my hands. If someone had told me when I was 18 years young as a young warthog that my future was bright, joyous, and secure, and wanted to give me the tips and the training and the practice to get it done, we'd be in a whole different situation. And it is an honor to do donation-based, sliding scale, affordable training for people of all backgrounds. Halfway into the session, he asked me, he said, "This isn't being recorded or live streamed, is it?" I said, "No." I said, "Why do you ask?" He goes, "This isn't therapy, is it? This sounds like therapy." I said, "Well, what did you think I did?" He said, "Well, I thought that you coached people on singing and acting." I said, "Well, brother, I can't coach your singing and your acting in the world without talking about all of your humanity. Who wants to put singers and speakers and actors and performers and business people out in the world who are not in their wholeness? Not me. I resent the fact that people only wanted me on stage as a singer, dancer, and actor and nothing more. We no longer have to show up to theaters and on camera and in live streams as partial human beings. I was asking him about his family life and his friend life and what scared him about the work that he was wanting to do. It also surprised him that he's starting on a 25-year journey. He was like, 25 years, that's going to be a long time for me to... I said, you're always becoming more of yourself. You're always learning more about your craft. Every day I learn something deeper about my singing, my dancing, and my acting. And the fact that you think you're going to get started at 18 and then pop at 22 and then that's going to be it is short-sighted, my brother. You're always becoming more, 1% better every day with your life. And I'm here to help you facilitate that process. But I said, I'm a non-clinical mental health, trauma-informed mental health therapist. I also teach people how to sing and how to act and how to overcome stage fright and all kinds of other things that go bump in the night. But I'm a non-clinical, trauma-informed mental health practitioner. Oh is right. Because some people are out here trying to just teach you how to sing and how to read lines off a page. I want you whole while you do it. We got to get into this boost. Then he asked me, well, how did I do today? I said, doesn't matter how you did. Doesn't matter how you did. What matters is if you felt whole while you're doing it. Well, I'm going to really need to get myself together because as you were asking me questions today, I wasn't sure if I had the right answers and I was saying a lot of ums. Yeah, that comes from knowing who you are, which we also do in non-clinical, trauma-informed mental health practice. None of my teachers in college and none of my subsequent acting and vocal teachers, none of them wanted to deal with this. There's only one other vocal teacher that I know by name, Tara Praolo, who actually coaches mindset in her studio. Well, of course, it's always mindset. You got to think the note first. You got to think about the intention of the acting. You got to think about the intention of the role or the intention of the character. Of course, you're thinking. We're all thinking, right? But how do we approach our craft as whole human beings? It matters. He said, why are you asking me these questions? Is this therapy? Yes. Tara, who's here today, thank you, loved and lovable. I hope your nap was good. And thank you, Angie, for being here. You know I love you and the shit you talk in the world. Tara can tell in my stage performance how I am in my relationships with people in my life. To the untrained eye, it just seems like an average performance or a great performance. But to someone who is in this to win this, you can really tell when someone is anchored in their I am and when they are just going through the motions. There are Broadway actors who I could name, who I can tell are phoning it in. 8 shows a week on Broadway. They're not connected to their I am. I want to encourage, equip, and empower bold dreamers to be connected to their art. They're going to get the most juice out of their life fruit. You're going to get the most juice out of your life fruit today by being connected to your great I am. And he was flabbergasted. He's like, please don't release this out into the world. I said, no, this is for my team and I to review so I can give you a synopsis of our coaching session today, working with the tools, and to give you effective homework to help you get to where you said you want to go. But don't worry, we'll work on the embarrassing feelings too, because none of us should be embarrassed about who we are, loved and lovable. We'll work on that too. But don't worry, this is not being live streamed and it's not going anywhere. And I can tell that you're a baby turtle. I told him that he was a baby turtle. These 18-year-olds. I said, you ever seen the National Geographic movies where the turtles are trying to make it to the ocean before getting eaten by a seagull and they're in the shell, out the shell, in the shell, out the shell? I said, you one of them baby turtles. A lot of people in life are those baby turtles. Today is IC Day in the network. I see you putting your flappers and your head in and out of your shell, Love and Action Network. I see you being big, being small, being big, being small. A long time. Longer than my career, for sure. For those of you listening over on the podcast, Tara's saying those tortoises live until like 150 years old. Yes. Way longer than my career. Like in Futurama. She said crypto or cryopreservation. It will be no surprise to those who are close to me and have watched me unfold like a slowly blooming onion that it is a joy of my life to coach and to teach the next generation of artists about how to be in their craft as whole human beings. And I took him through a battery of questions in our discovery call today. And I realized like halfway through our session that I was born for this. I was born for this. I am alive in this moment to champion and to awaken the next generation of loved and lovable performers. When I said to him, I would love to invite you into my studio and have you take part in the practicing exercises and the heartfelt exercises that would be required to get you where you want to go. He said, really? You want to work with me? I said, yes. And we're going to find others locally and beyond. He goes, well, where are the people going to come from? I said, I attract people globally who would love to read scripts with you. I have a personal Rolodex of people and others to find who would love to just read with you and help you practice so you can become stronger in your confidence and courage. Don't worry about it. Dr. Flo always finds the people. Dr. Flo always finds the money. Dr. Flo always finds the time, the talent, and the treasure. Right, Angie? Always. To my point. Tara's over here on TikTok, y'all. For those of you listening back in the replay, she's saying, I'll read the script. I'll read the script. Yes. From Tara Parolo Studios Threads, twice daily, there's only abundance. He said, you're going to find people for me to read with and practice with? Man, I really need to practice. I really need to get stronger on my interviewing skills and on my reading skills. I said, have you ever done a cold read in your life, young man? There are 18-year-old actors out here, Tara, who have never done a cold read. There are singers out here who have never sight read a piece of music for an audition in their entire lives. Let's go. And I'm so turned on. Tara had to take a nap because she is elevating a massive project right now. And I had to go and voice memo Loretta and Angie behind the scenes on Snapchat and say, yo, I'm so tapped in, tuned in, and turned on. I could teach 5 more banks of lessons today, and I could teach tomorrow and the day after that and the day when I say that I am excited, he was asking me questions as an 18-year-old performer that I knew the answers to, like the back of my hand. You're going to encounter this and this and this and this for the next 20 years. And I'm the guy that's going to help you get there. And once you surpass my training, we'll find other people who are better than me. If you can find better than me, girl. If you can find better than me, we'll find them. You are worthy. Why? I told him today. Because you're loved and lovable. He said, what about like how I was reading this part and I began to feel the embarrassment of the character and it started to get to me. Yeah, that's stuff that true actors, not all actors and performers feel this way. You'd be surprised how many actors can read characters or roles off the page and not feel anything inside. I told him, if you are a person who feels that inside, be grateful that you can feel it inside, but also be careful because that's what happened to Heath. Heath Ledger felt the Joker so deeply inside that he went off the deep end. I'm that kind of actor too. I've had to be very, very careful in my career that I let the art pierce me, but that I don't get so caught up in it that it derails my life. That's a trained behavior. And Dr. Flo is the guy that can do the training. Loretta, I'm so glad you came back. You have to be very careful out here. This is not what we came for today. I'll do another live after this if y'all want to come back and we can just chat about it. This is supposed to be the daily boost from Love in Action Network. I'm not going to cut any of this because I think this is important for the podcast and those who follow my work to hear. But when I say that I'm turned on today, we had a peer support group this morning. Angie came up and said a mouthful, child. Angie don't talk much in my spaces, but when she does talk, child, Jesus, the black one. I said, no one's ever come to a town hall and yelled in a microphone quite like Angie did today. I've been doing this work for 30 plus years, and no one's ever stood at the microphone and quite said it like Angie said today. And she told me days ago, child, you had to be there. To those of you listening on the podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, you had to be there. She said, Dr. Flo, I don't really want to say nothing, but it's coming where I'm going to tell these people who you are in the world once and for all. And I was like, oh, you know, I didn't tell her no, I didn't tell her yes. And today she came in front of a whole room of donors, sponsors, and supporters and told them what time it was, loved and lovable. I said, damn, you ain't never had a friend, never had a friend, you ain't never had a friend, never had a friend, you ain't never had a... And they're all friends. They're all lovely. These people have supported me with gift baskets and income and time, talent, and treasure, but I never had one of them just go bananas in the room and say, listen, motherfuckers, Dr. Flo is the truth, and you all know it. Stop playing with your pussies in here. I said, my God on today. My God on today. That was beyond incredible. And I had to reach back into Loretta and say, Loretta, I hope that you are enjoying this process. I know that I'm receiving radical abundance from you to help support this dream, and I'm taking pictures by the pool, but that's only going to make it better in the end, Miss Murray. He was supposed to be working hard for the money, but he was wearing socks by the pool while Angie was telling them, any questions? I said, what is happening here that I've got mega donors? And Angie's saying, we don't need none of y'all. We appreciate it, but we don't need... And yes, socks by the pool is a thing over here. Get into it. That was crazy. That was so good. It's so crazy. I've never had, like, I've lived a long time and I've had a lot of experiences. That was a first. And she told me that it was coming, but I expected it to be another at least 10 years. Today is the day, because there's ramen under the bed. And in the same house where there's ramen under the bed, I had a coaching with a gentleman who's in this town who thinks that nobody here is inspired. A payment just came out for Google Workspace, Loretta. Thank you. Loretta in her footnote says this is for Love in Action Network services and support. I've not touched that cash. It's paying for the Google Workspaces to support the network, and it's paying for the Google Meet that I had today that encouraged this young man who thinks that there's nobody in all of Savannah, Georgia who resonates with him and his artistry. I'm here, and I do. Once again, he said, I thought you taught people how to sing and how to act. Why does this feel like therapy? Because it is. I'm a non-clinical, trauma-informed mental health practitioner that specializes in creatives, artists, entrepreneurs, and dreamers of all walks. It's what I do. I said, bruh, From the time I wake up in the morning to the time I put my head on the pillow, I'm coaching people like you to get your best out of this thing called life. I really am. And it turned me on, y'all. That and the fact that Angie told me to go and get Coke. And I promise you, I went over and got the XXL 79-cent Circle K. I mixed Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke, and sugar-free Dr. Pepper together. And when I tell you that I could coach about 2,000 more motherfuckers a day, with crust in my eyes, wow. There's two things going on. This morning I woke up in an anxious house, in anxious energy. We'll have to come back for the part 2 of this because I need to do the daily boost. But this is what people really show up for. The love and the truth. I woke up this morning feeling like, how did I get myself in another anxious life environment? Have you ever woken up in your life and been like, how did I call in? Taking full responsibility for our lives, right? I see you, Miss Murray. How did I call in? Thank you for being here. How did I call in anxious people and conditions? Well, here's the deal. I'm called to heal people in anxious conditions. I'm called to be the medicine, to be the light, to be the hope, to be the joy, to be a symbol. Poppy Water was just in the peer support spaces talking about how we are lighthouses. There are people out here who are trying not to hit the rocks. And Love and Action Network is a network of lighthouses that are helping other people not hit the rocks. These children out here too they are taking a rocket ship to see Black Jesus. I can smell it. It's part of my past, child. They're 20-somethings that go to SCAD, the local university for art, and they are going up, and away. They are going up, and away. So am I. So am I. I woke up with the anxiety because things have to shift. Things have to shift. It's not it's not that I'm afraid that if they don't shift, bad things are going to happen. It's more that things have to shift so that my highest good can be made manifest in the world through me. If I don't shift it, it's not going to shift. If I don't shift it, it's not going to shift. So, and I want that shift. I'm grateful for that shift. Some of y'all have seen on social media where I've been saying, I'm grateful for my change. 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 I receive my change. I welcome my change. I'm grateful for my change. There's that Coke coming up from Angie. 79 cents for the XXL. I'm going back tomorrow. I said, why would I pay $2.83 for the one in the bottle when I can pay 79 cents by becoming a member of Circle K and get the 70? I'm going back tomorrow. That's what black people in the South say, tomorrow. I'm going back tomorrow. I am. Angie, we're going back tomorrow. 79 cents for some motivation in a cup. Sugar-free, calorie-free. Helping me burp out the GERD of my depression. My depression GERD. My friends and family. acid reflux. Angie said they stressed you out. You're not a bad person, Dr. Flo. They stressed you out, and so that's how you chose to deal with it. And now go have some mints and a Coke and get deliverance. Depression GERD, yes. People are trying to numb and heal all sorts of things. Some people use depression shoes, depression Netflix, all sorts of things to try to numb the feelings of toxic shame and scarcity and the propaganda of unworthiness. That's another one, Loretta, that's going to make me a lot of money. Traveling the country and traveling the world, dislodging and removing or disrupting the propaganda of unworthiness that causes us to self-harm and to self-isolate and to self-hate. We're gonna get there as a community. Let's do this Daily Boost program. As y'all know, we decided this year in the network to take over our own themes. And while Melody Beatty and the codependency work was amazing over the last 3 years, we decided to do it our own way. And I'm grateful that we did so, even though Melody Beatty and the work of self-love deficit disorder and codependency is very real. It feels good to strike out and do something new. And this is week 42 in the year. It's all about celebrating milestones and focusing on celebrating love wins. And aligned with the 7 chakras for 7 days, each day we are inviting participants to explore joy, gratitude, and achievement through the lens of love, personally, collectively, and also spiritually. And so we started on Root Chakra Day on Sunday together, and we've moved up through the chakras into the third eye chakra, Anja, or Ajna. The theme of the day, as is the theme every Friday, is about intuition, insight, and vision. I'm so happy, y'all, to be a life coach and a trauma-informed healer because I'm good at it. Which is a healthy coincidence, right, Angie? You know, if you're gonna do something with your life, I would hope you're good at it. And Poppy Water, when I got off the phone, was like, is he paying? I'm like, everybody's paying these days. There's no such thing as a free lunch anymore. Everybody's paying something to be around Flo because he's good and great at what he does, girl. And we got donors and sponsors too who are paying. And that karma is going to be amazing coming back. Today we're celebrating the inner clarity and wisdom that love has revealed to us. And here are some questions, thank you for being here, to help you reflect on that particular journey. Love being revealed. And love revealing inner clarity and wisdom. Contemplate these questions with me now. And then I'll come back. I'll reset the live. So if Angie, Tara, and Loretta want to come back for another live where we can shoot the shit, I'll restart it for you if you're honest, open, willing, and available to it. Just let me know in the chat. But today has been a transformational day, child. Angie talked her shit. I found 79-cent pop. Loretta steadfastly supported me. And Tara did big things in the world. Poppy chilled. Very good. Poppy wants to be kept anyway. Angie knows this. I gotta move my ass anyway because Poppy is a princess. So she works hard for the money. What intuitive insights have guided your journey towards deeper love? What intuitive insights have guided your journey toward deeper love? How do you celebrate your ability to see beyond appearances and trust your vision? All right, I'll see you when you come back. This is great. And thank you for returning time and time again to the scene of love. I feel like Love in Action Network is a fun place to be. I've been in so many toxic, constrictive, demanding, high maintenance spiritual communities. I feel like we have fun in here. Tackling some pretty heavy shit. But I feel like we have fun here. And occasionally you'll hear somebody getting told off. What milestone shows your growth in discernment and self-trust? What milestone shows your growth in discernment and self-trust? How has love helped you perceive truth beyond illusion and fear? How has love helped you perceive truth beyond illusion and fear? Have you noticed that life will try to scare you and give you the illusion that there's not enough? How has love helped you perceive the truth? I'm Dr. Flo. Yes, this is therapy. Yes, this is acting class. Welcome to something new in this life. What past experience gave you a profound aha about love's power? What past experiences gave you a profound aha about love's power? How do you honor your dreams, visions, and intuitive breakthroughs? How do you honor your dreams, visions, and intuitive breakthroughs? What symbols or signs remind you that love is always guiding you? Miss Mary, I'm going to use a portion of your funds to get me a new power brick so that we can always have power when we're outside. Dr. Flo cannot be in the house. I have to take power with me on the go because you never know when love is going to sprout up. So I'm going to use a little bit of that kerching to get me a new power brick so we can always stay empowered. How can you use your inner wisdom to bring more joy to your path? How can you use your inner wisdom to bring more joy to your path? What vision of love for yourself or the world are you celebrating today? Do you envision a world where everybody's free? I love Ryan from our daily support groups. She's been doing a series over on Threads of how she imagines the world. In her world, everyone has a $10,000 minimum wage. In her world. Last question. How do you stay aligned with your higher guidance in moments of doubt? How do you stay aligned with your highest guidance in moments of doubt? How do you stay aligned? Is there something you do? Are you meditating? Are you listening to smooth jams?
Hold on.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah, hey.
Hi, this is Angel. How are you?
Good.
Give me 1 second to end this live.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the house.
Okay, tell everyone I said hi.
All right.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
I cannot wait for my puffs to come.
Oh, yeah.
See, I've only got this much length.
Yeah.
I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah, my hair is like, when it's blowed out, it's like right here.
Really?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to grow that?
Like, since I was a baby.
A baby. I'm late.
Did you cut your hair?
I did.
Yeah.
I used to be bald.
My mom cut her hair, so it's like real long now.
Yeah. Do you put anything in it to help it grow?
Well, my mom got like this serum that she put in my hair when she blow dries it, and like it helps it grow.
Tell her to send me the link.
Okay.
Dr. Flo wants it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell her.
Because I can't wait. And one day I'm going to send you a picture. It's probably going to take me a couple years. But I'm going to send you a picture when I got my puffs too.
Yeah.
I deserve it. How's Clara Nat coming?
Good.
Did you learn anything this week?
Yeah, we learned yesterday, but my music teacher wasn't here today, so we didn't go to band.
Okay. But are y'all doing the dynamics and all of that yet? What are y'all learning?
Like, we're like learning how to play different notes and stuff.
Okay. But you can read notes on the page.
Yeah, I can read notes on a page.
Look at you reading music. It's like a whole different language. Head home so your mama doesn't get at me.
Okay.
But I appreciate you. I appreciate the squeeze.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Keep smiling and being bright in the world.
I will.
You deserve it.
Yeah, you
I tell everybody that they're loved and lovable.
Yeah.
We are.
All right.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Hello, kitty. Ah, I love it.
Yeah.
Tell your mama I said hi.
Okay.
And tell her I appreciate her, okay?
All right. See you later.
All right, see you soon. Stay safe, okay?
Okay, you too.
Bye, love. So yeah, on behalf of all of us in the network, stay in your power, stay in your joy, stay loved and lovable. We'll see you very, very soon around the network. Poppy Water and I really want to meet young people like that in the city, in the nation, all over the globe. There is a light in that child about music, about the world. I can't wait to have my puffs. I hope I don't get in trouble for hugging that child on camera, but the mom really respects me. She's like, you are a very safe person for the kids to be with. I don't want to cry. And I am. And little people love me. On behalf of Tara Paolo Studio, Poppy Water 33, myself, Ask Dr. Flo, on all platforms, and everyone in the network, we invite you to stay in your power, stay in your joy, stay loved and lovable, and I'll be right back after these messages. Take care. I'll be right back, TikTok. See you soon.